also things that are alive and also possibly dead, because the ghost in my house is really, really bothering me lately. I'm Marver, always.
You know who is dead? Who gave a dead performance in Morbius? Jared Leto.
Oh, look at him tying it in right at the top of the show.
Jokes.
By the way, I will at some point turn on my lights, but right now I'm not going to. So we're getting some very mood lighting in here, very atmospheric.
Here, I'll let me turn off all of my lights here. We're just gonna we're very dark now.
There we go. Welcome everybody. It's so good to see people back, especially after the epic show we had last week with the Basement Awards / the Kitties. And just an update about that. We just wanted to make sure that anyone else trickling in would have an opportunity to bid. So the bidding has not yet closed. So if you would like to put in any additional bids for a kitty of your choice that will be physically sent to you at a place of your choosing, you can do so. The description is again of the rules is in the description of the show. But long story short, any single dollar can get you a your name in the jar for from a randomizer drawing for that kitty. You might be the only person that bids on that kitty, and you might just get it for like $1. Or if you want to just take your chances, you can just put in $1 and be like, I feel really lucky. I'm gonna play. This is my version of lottery. I'm gonna play.
And also, as like a brief recap of some of the winners, if you weren't here, I'm not gonna run through all of them, but the worst person in the world for Best Picture, Julia Ducournau-Titan for Best Director, Andrew Garfield won Performer of the Year for all of his movies, Spider-Man, Tick, Tick, Boom, Mainstream, and Dice Tammy Faye. He also won Best Actor for Tick, Tick, Boom, Worst Person in the World, Best Actress for Nada Reinsva. Supporting Actress, I believe, went to Marlee Matlin for Coda.
Yes.
Supporting Actor went to... Who did Supporting Actor go to? I don't know. We'll come back to that one. Adapted Screenplay was Power of the Dog, Original Screenplay.
What do I think it might have been? Woody Norman?
It was Woody Norman. Thank you. Woody
Okay.
Norman. Come on. For Supporting Actor. Spider-Man No Way Home in Best Geek Film. Dune won all of the things: score, visual effects, production design, just all of them.
Sound.
Sound.
So all the sounds.
All of
the Score.
Song went to So May We Start, Annette. Bo Burnham Inside won Best Soundtrack and Best like special
short form series or special, whatever.
Yeah. So those are some of the bigger winners. So you know, bit as you will.
Yes. And so what we'll do is we will officially close bidding in 54 minutes at the top of your next hour, wherever it is that you may be.
Yes.
And then we will announce the winners, and we will post the email address for the show, which, you know, please only email us if you're the person we announce as the winner, but there's no other really easy way to do it. And also, please don't sign us up for spam, because people do that and it's really mean. And then you could email us with how you would like your award to be mailed to you, what name you want it addressed to, what physical place, because if you don't want it mailed to your house, that's totally fine. You know, you can send it to a P.O. box, send it to a neighbor, whoever. I don't care. I mean, they might be confused, but whatever you want to do. So
yes.
So now that is kind of out of the way for the next 52 and a half minutes, what are we doing today, Trevor?
What are we doing? We're going to be talking. And we have some donation goals. So we have a game that we're going to be playing, and we will be playing this game regardless. It is called More or Less. So Mara and I, we will have to guess this game will give us like 2 different movies, and then we'll have to guess which movie had the higher Rotten Tomatoes score. And then we'll have to see how many we can get before we fail inevitably. And at $10, then we can do us versus you, the audience. And you, so like Mara and I will take a turn. We'll see how far we can get. Then you, as the audience in the chat, you'll get to vote on whether, you know, which one you thought has a higher score. Please don't cheat, you know, if this happens. But
yeah, it's just for fun.
Yeah. And then we'll see who does better. So at $10, we can do us versus you, the audience. And then at $20, if we reach it, at the end of the show, Mara and I will give our unfiltered spoiler thoughts on Morbius. Mara's just went onto Twitter light mode. She's blinded. um, it's a thing. Oh, back down. Okay. Um,
Sorry, I had to tell the computer to turn them down.
yeah. Hey,
Everything's fine.
dark mode for YouTube and Twitter is superior. And
Oh, I use dark mode for everything.
yeah. But anyways, $20 at the end of the show. We can definitely do some spoiler Morbius thoughts. Nick says, "Well, Mara's turning into a vampire."
I mean, I already am a vampire. At least my neighbors think so. Anyways, but yes, absolutely correct. Anyways,
right.
so what have we been watching?
What have we been watching? Well, we watched the Oscars and it's been talked to death, so we probably won't talk about it. I did a reaction to it on my channel, and Dan did a video, and Mara's in that video. And if you would like to hear our thoughts about the Oscars, you can go to those places.
Yes.
And we probably won't talk about it here because it's whatever. It's over with. It wasn't great.
I think that just about every possible form of opinion has been said between the internet and television. And
Yep.
while Trevor and I both have opinions on it, I'm sure that nothing we say will be different than some opinion that you have heard somewhere else. So
we wouldn't be contributing to the conversation in any positive, new, or interesting way that would be worth anybody's time. Mostly because we have also already said opinions
exactly.
elsewhere. So
Moving
let's talk
forward,
about what we've been watching. I did watch 3 movies nominated for Oscars: Attica, Writing with Fire, and Ascension. 3 very good documentaries. My favorite of them being Attica, about the Attica prison break in 1971. A spiritual sequel to Trial of the Chicago 7. Just randomly because half of the real life people from the Chicago 7 trial are just in this movie. It's 3 very good documentaries. I highly suggest you watch all of them. Attica's on Showtime. Ascension is on Paramount Plus and available to rent. Writing with Fire is available to rent everywhere. So it's great. I watched Waking Life by Richard Linklater.
I remember you telling me about that when we chatted the other day. I haven't seen it.
It is. I'm a massive Richard Linklater fan. I also rewatched Boyhood this week. After some not great movies in the theaters, I had to remind myself why I did actually enjoy movies. So I rewatched Boyhood because I love Boyhood so much.
Dan absolutely loved your Morbius reaction tweet saying that you're not sure if you like movies anymore.
For some reason, it got way more likes than it should have. It surpassed the 200 mark. It has more likes than I have followers. So it was a rough time. But yes, I really do love Waking Life. It was my first time watching it. I specifically watched it for Jesse and Celine. Yay, hey, Josephine. Specifically watched it for Jesse and Celine of the Before trilogy, which Mara has still yet to watch a single installment of.
I know.
It saddens me.
I'll try to fix myself.
Yeah. But Waking Life, it's very good. It portrays being like a dream-like state in one of the best ways I've ever seen. Similarly to I would say this is Waking Life is like a dream in a way that Blue Velvet is like a nightmare portrayed on screen.
That is such an analogy. Oh my goodness.
And then I watched The Lost City.
I also watched The Lost City.
I
thought that it was charming. It's inoffensive. It has a lot of. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the J-Lo Owen Wilson rom-com. What was that called? Marry Me. Because they had the opportunity to go into all of these tropes and cliches and they avoid a lot of them like pretty well, and so it was kind of refreshing. And the standout moment for me though is, this isn't a spoiler, but they have a conversation about feminism, and it's one of the funniest interactions I've ever seen in a movie. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, it is kind of fun that we're seeing a resurgence of the rom-com with The Worst Person in the World, I Want You Back, Marry Me, and then now this, The Lost City. I would say probably in that order as far as quality, at least to me. And it's a fun genre to bring back, and all four of those films explore the tropes of the rom-com and how that can be applied to the modern world. And I think a fun way, again, I would say, to varying successes in the order that I laid out. But yeah, I don't know. The Lost City, it's I guess I'll just repeat my Letterboxd review. I don't like when comedies aren't funny, and this this didn't make me laugh at all, and it just was pretty dull. I guess it felt like it was exploring the cliches, but didn't do enough to separate itself from the cliches.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see why you would feel that way. I mean, I didn't just go in there and find that it was incredibly like swoon worthy as a picture, but it's perfectly serviceable. It's like if I saw it on Netflix and I had nothing to watch, I'd be happy to watch it again. Am I
Yeah,
gonna go
I
seek it out to like see it again? Probably not, but it was
wouldn't
fun.
hate rewatching this. But like I don't know. Like it felt much more like a streaming movie. Like if this was just something that I, watched in like the like a Saturday morning on like Netflix or something, I probably would have enjoyed my time more, but just sitting in the theater felt like it dragged a bit.
That's
Um
fair.
but Brad Pitt deserves everything.
I wish they had actually withheld him from the trailers. I wish that they hadn't shown us that he was in it.
Yeah, it would have been great if he just like showed up. Just Vanessa question. Speaking of Lost City, what is your favorite jungle adventure movie? I mean, I would say if we're saying jungle adventure, well, I don't know. Can we say Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I was gonna say that would kind of be what I would pick.
Yeah,
If not like a pure jungle movie. Hmm.
like I don't know, like adventure and jungle adventure are like there's different levels of specificity there.
I can tell you it's
Um,
definitely not Jungle Cruise.
okay, so like I might get some heat. I prefer Jungle Cruise to Lost City. So
That's fine.
it's
I'm the other way, but that's fine.
I'll have a hot take later that's definitely going to be a bit stronger than that one. Oh, okay. If we're saying is Jurassic Park a jungle adventure, or is that forest adventure?
I mean, I think clinically, I believe that that type of vegetation is a jungle.
Okay. 'Cause
So
if we
I'd
have
say
to
yes.
if it can't be Raiders, or also I would throw out The Princess Bride as a jungle adventure.
I mean, you can have it. I just don't like the movie.
That yeah, which whatever. Is The Wizard of Oz a jungle adventure movie? Did that start
Hmm.
like
I would say because they barely are in the wooded area. Like they're not in there
yeah,
too long. But
yeah. All
and
right.
by the way, yes, Romancing the Stone is really, really good, but I think that I'm geared a little more towards the ones that we were listing, like Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's like, well, basically Spielberg. I guess is the
Basically
answer there.
Spielberg. Yeah. Yeah. George of the Jungle.
I heard he's strong as he can be.
Eh, yeah. Um it's a movie.
It is. Anyways,
Anyway,
what else did you watch?
yeah. Also, thank you everybody for contributing in the chat. I also see Ryan, Andrew, Nick. It's a fun chat today. All right. What else did I watch? I'll save my hottest of hot take for later, and we'll talk about Morbius in a second here. I watched The Bubble, Judd Apatow's new movie on Netflix. On the paper, it looks fun. Got Karen Gillan, Keegan-Michael Key, Pedro Pascal, Maria Bakalova, who is going to be in Bodies, Bodies with Amanda Stenberg and Rachel Sennott in A24 Take on Horror or Take on Scream, which I'm like so excited for. But she was in this first. I
It's
have to
almost
feel,
like a Get Trevor in a White Van movie.
I know. Well, I mean, it's Rachel Sennott, like Shiva Baby plus A24 plus Scream. Like I don't know what you want from me. I
I
also
mean,
just
it
have
just needs to be in black and white 4x3, and then you're a goner.
No, my life is good. All right. Can we get Nick out of the chat? He just evoked the name of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I don't think that should be okay. Can we?
I know way too much about that movie. Like, I know an embarrassing amount of things about that movie because of some other internet show.
Mow down. All right. No, I could have, if I could sing, I could have started doing a parody of Downtown, as redone by Anya Taylor-Joy in Last Night in Soho. But since I cannot sing, I won't.
Can't sing yet.
Hey, just give me Andrew Garfield's vocal coach for Tick Tick Boom, and I'm set.
Yes, he's so good. Voice of an angel. That one.
After this, I have a question that we're going to do as in a game. But yeah, no, The Bubble. It was kind of really bad. It's 2 hours and 6. It was 2 hours and 6 minutes long, which is way too much Judd Apatow. Like,
yeah, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, like the best thing that Judd Apatow has ever done is parodying like high school sitcoms with Yo Teach starring Bo Burnham. And you can find all of those 3-minute episodes, like all 8 3-minute episodes on YouTube, and they're great. Because Bo Burnham supremacy. But the Bubble, it's so long, and it's like self-deprecating about Hollywood during COVID, but it's like by Judd Apatow, which it's Judd Apatow. I don't know. It like, I will admit there were some funny parts to the film. I definitely laughed, but I was just like exhausted with it by the end.
That's fair.
I was done with it. I know you said that you were going to try to watch it.
Yes.
Because it's, yeah. Yeah. All right. Hot take time. Fight Club isn't that good.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit. I think that it was very of its time, both in its like messaging and its twist, sort of. And I enjoy it, but I don't know. I haven't watched it in at least a few years, but I don't know how well it holds up considering the fact that people misunderstood its messaging back then. And I think people are even less receptive to understanding its like condemnation about consumerism now.
Yeah, so I can get more into this. Like, I mean, just add it to the list of Halloween. Yes, you did. Add it to the list of Halloween, The Matrix, and Pulp Fiction, other movies that I don't think are that good. Which is yeah. All right, I'll explain. So
I think part of the problem is that you don't talk about Fight Club.
All right, actually, we're just gonna move. No, so yeah, right off the bat, this movie is incredibly entertaining. I will not deny that. I would not mind watching this again. I know that I would have a fun time watching it again. Immediately after watching it, I was like, yeah, I like this. The more that I thought about the film, the less I liked it. Because like I mean I've talked a little bit about the world as it is on this show, but like I'm not the biggest fan of capitalism.
It's fine. I mean, it's one of the better isms.
Time to make
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
tier
I thought
list,
you were good. I
everybody.
thought you were going
All right.
somewhere.
So the ism tier list. All right, but yeah, the way that this movie condemns it though is like, and again, it's the word that I used when we were talking about it earlier, and like I don't want to use it, but it's like the best way that I can describe it. It feels like almost like immature and very like knee jerk, just like as far as like we're gonna take down capitalism by blowing up buildings with the bank. Like it's very like anarchist rather than like deconstructing and reconstructing, which and dude, yes, I know it's a movie and like, but like that. And was that the point of like how ludicrous, like, some people are like to try to do stuff like this, in this way, to try to be like, to try to take down capitalism in this way, and how it's like, like middle-aged white men who are, uh going about it like this in like a very violent nature. Yes, but the movie, I feel like it doesn't actively condemn their behavior. Like I don't think it's glorifying it, but it very much opens up the door for the people who have taken the message in the wrong way.
Yeah.
It isn't saying like these people are doing this crazy thing and this, they have the right idea, but this isn't how you're supposed to do it. Um and like there's a nuanced way to go about it. Like I'm not David Fincher, but I'm sure that David Fincher could have figured it out. And like, yeah, the ending of this is better than the book. I would agree. I've not read the book, but I've read a synopsis of the book and I know how the book ends. After
Oh, cheater, pumpkin eater over here.
I okay I after I watched the movie, I wanted to see differences of the book, so I went to Wikipedia like a regular person. Who
Oh, you can't do that though. You're on this show. We're not regular people anymore.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Um, but yeah, it didn't entirely. It yeah. I don't know. And yeah, Nick, it's definitely a take on toxic masculinity. I just like it felt very shallow to me, and like it thought that it was smarter than it was, and like it's taking on all of the right message, like it's taking on all of the right like societal issues, and I think it's has the right idea with how to take them on, but the execution and where it ends up doesn't entirely work for me on that. And like I did not know that.
Yeah, it's really funny when you like watch it and and you can tell you're just it's kind of like the Aragorn thing in Two Towers where like it just looks like you're acting and then it's like, "Oh no, dude broke his toe." So it's
Yeah,
funny watching it over again now that you know what's actually happening.
yeah. To Ryan's point, that was exactly the point of the narrator's mind, going to the extreme, and he realizes how pointless and ridiculous it was, or it is. Yes, that was the point. Does that like come across like how that scene is cut? Like I don't know. I would need to watch it again, but it definitely left a bad taste in it. Similar to like Joker, I guess. Um, it it had the right idea, but it just came across leaving a really poor taste in my mouth as far as how it went about that idea. So it's it didn't entirely like, and I wouldn't say that I dislike this movie. I still think it's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Like I said, I would happily rewatch it. I just don't think it's like should be called like a masterpiece. I don't think that it's nearly. I think that it's overrated, I guess, is what I'll say. But um, I'd like to watch it again. Um, so that's add that, like I said, add it to the list as I continue to watch more um classic films. We'll see which other ones go onto the list of over. Oh, Forrest Gump is also another one to throw into that list. Which that's a movie that, contrary to like Fight Club and The Matrix, which I think are just like fine. I think that Forrest Gump is an actively like pretty terrible movie, but that's just me. I went on a
So
Twitter thing a bit ago, and you can read it.
I would like to address this. The acting of the character in that movie is phenomenal.
It's
The movie
phenomenal.
itself is incredibly overrated.
It's
So
fine.
incredibly overrated.
It's okay.
It's a pale imitation of The King of Comedy, and
Taxi driver.
I'd rather just go watch that movie instead.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not
It's
denying like Joaquin Phoenix, phenomenal actor. So don't I'm not taking that away
and
from
he
him. The
deserved an
score,
Oscar for it.
beautiful,
He
gorgeous. But
100% deserved the Oscar.
yeah,
So yeah. So yeah. I mean,
there's no one in my laundry room, and I just heard some stuff. I don't like what's happening here right now.
all right. Well, if Mara dies, then we'll have it. At least we'll have it live on.
Yay! Hey, you know what? Maybe my grizzly murder can be like the new internet like thing that goes around and goes viral. Maybe I'll be more viral than COVID.
That funny feeling. All right. Uh, Mara's in a horror movie.
I mean,
Yeah,
I do look like it. I look like I'm in one of those screen life movies, like Unfriended.
yeah. Or like, what was the Shudder movie that came out about people on Zoom? What was that called?
Oh, I watched it. Shoot. Hold on, gotta Google it.
All
It's
right,
gonna drive me crazy.
to the Google. Yeah, the haunting of Mara's house. Uh, trying to the Mcconaughey project. Just throwing it. We're gonna get this adapted into a film if you die. So,
Fantastic.
um, uh, once we find this, I also host. Thank you, Nick. Host.
Yes. By the way, Searching, excellent screen life movie though.
Yes. Mara, what did you watch this week? Now that I have the entire internet against me.
Oh my gosh, my life has been changed, Trevor. Um, we hadn't yet spoken on air about Whiplash, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, that.
Wait, no, but I'm confirming though. Like I hadn't mentioned this
Oh
before,
no,
right?
you
I don't
you
think.
haven't mentioned this on air.
Okay, so I finally watched Whiplash. It's it's so incredibly shameful that it took me this long to get to it because I was just really busy that year. Didn't I saw I think maybe one of the big Oscar movies that year. Like at that time, I was super busy, and I loved it. It might be in my top 10 favorite movie. Well, it's probably if I actually went and I looked at my list, like it should be in my top 10 movies of all time. I was so nervous that like my visceral bodily reaction, I had sweat dripping down my palms, and I was like I have my Fitbit thing on and my heart rate was like in the 100s somewhere, and I'm like, I don't movies shouldn't make me feel this. I like it when my movies are entertaining and they don't have to be happy to be entertaining, but palpable anxiety like that, I've never felt that way in a horror movie before. Like I've
Yeah.
never felt that anxious watching a movie. It was wonderful, and J.K. Simmons is a treasure. And it's actually pretty surprising that Miles Teller was not even considered for
Yeah.
any like acting acclaim because I think that J.K. Simmons is the absolute perfect, cannot cast anyone else for that role. But I also think that while there could definitely be other people that could play Miles Teller's role, I don't think they would be as good. I think that he really did something special with it. And I mean, plus the fact that I even liked him because I typically don't like the characters he plays. So they convinced me to like Miles Teller and to root for him against all odds. So that's something right there.
Yeah. It is so good. So there are four movies that have made me like viscerally anxious. And it's Whiplash, Promising Young Woman, Parasite, and Shiva Baby.
I knew what three of those four were going to be.
Yeah. And yeah.
Hey, here's the thing though. I mean, I'm not defending that movie because Fan Stick is not good. But if you are Miles Teller's agent and they're like, "Hey, they're making a new Fantastic Four movie," people have been asking for this. It's going to be huge. The right
Yeah.
answer is to take the role. Like, you can't possibly know what's going to
Oh
happen with
yeah.
Josh Trank and all that stuff behind the scenes. There's no way you could know. So he made the
Yeah.
right career move. It just ended up being a misstep retroactively.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. But no,
Oh, I also
Whiplash is
watched The Best
incredible.
Years of Our Lives too, by the way, which
Yeah.
is so good.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I also forgot. I just like an hour ago watched Lucy and Desi on Amazon Prime, a documentary about Lucy and Desi, which is much better than being the being the Ricardos.
That's actually their fitness line is the Ricardios. Available now on Etsy.
Just a second, I gotta make a Photoshop of that quick. Um,
Thank you.
that's
Hey, Bubba. What are you doing, honey?
that's
He's meowing because he wants food. Oh, by the way, you guys might hear a weird echo in maybe the next 2 minutes because they get fed, but their feeders are just little robots that say their names in my voice. So you might hear a lot of echoing in here because it's me talking 3 different times.
hey, just contributes to the horror atmosphere.
It does.
The question that I was going to ask Mara.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, this was from when I set up that I was going to ask a question like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I see.
So, if you had to recast your favorite movie, how would you recast it?
My favorite movie? Oh, well, my favorite movie is Schindler's List, so we might as well just dig ourselves right in. Um, oh, everything's happening right now.
What? What?
I don't know how much you could hear, but so much is happening.
I heard some things happening.
Oh my god, this place is so weird. Okay, if I had to recast Schindler's List, let's get right back. Let's get back to the Holocaust where it's safe.
Yeah, our safe
All
space.
right. By the way, that was intended to be a joke. I really hope everyone knows it's a joke. This house is freaking me out. How do you recast that movie? It's so good the way it is. Part of me is like, it doesn't work in the same tone. Oh, I guess. Okay, here's my question. What are the rules? Am I allowed to take like actors? Like, can I pick any actor that would be at the right age for it at any point in their career? Or do I have to pick people that like at that time were the right age or right now are the right age? Like, what are my rules for this?
The rules can be whatever you want.
Okay. In that case, I know I'm not the biggest, like, it's not like I don't like Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm just going to put it out there right now. I appreciate his acting so much, but I'll never forgive him for winning for Lincoln. And I wanted Hugh Jackman to win. So just hold that
I think
grudge
he's going
forever.
to win this year for the Sun.
But I think that Daniel Day-Lewis could replace Ray Fiennes. I think that could, you could make that swap and things would be okay. Who would I cast instead of Ben Kingsley? I mean, it just depends on what direction you want to take the character because it's a little limiting, but put a pin in it. All right, let's go to Liam Neeson.
Okay. I'll throw out mine quick, considering to give you time to think, because my favorite movie is La La Land. And there's really only two like, so I'll throw out my two. So replacing Ryan Gosling, I would go with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, you would.
In
my mirror universe, that's what happened. Is that movie is him and Emma Stone.
Well, right, because that's what I would love. But if I have to also whoa, you got really dark.
Sorry.
If I also had to recast Emma Stone, I would be between two people: Anne Hathaway or Lady Gaga.
Ooh, okay.
Because I think that Lady Gaga is a very talented actress who hasn't been in a good movie. I think her and Andrew Garfield, under the direction of Damien Chazelle could actually be pretty great. And also, all of the stands would love it.
That's absolutely true. 100%.
So that's where I would be at. Anne Hathaway as a runner-up for the role of Mia.
I like that, especially because she was almost cast as Christine Daae in the Joel Schumacher Phantom of the Opera because she's a trained singer.
Ooh. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I would
Nick,
almost
I
want to
don't like
see.
A Star Is Born. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Nick said, "What about A Star Is Born?" Yeah, I don't think A Star Is Born is good. Apologies.
Yeah, it's my least favorite of all of the adaptations of A Star Is Born.
Yeah. I guess I'm coming in with all of the hot takes today. Yeah, no.
Hey, that's okay. At least you haven't made any jokes in poor taste yet.
Not clapped yet. All right, sorry. We can.
I think though I might want to sub in, if I have to get rid of Liam Neeson, then I might put. It's so tough because I think one person looks a little bit more like the part and the other person might be the slightly better actor for the part. I think Leonardo DiCaprio could do an amazing job, but I also could easily see Christian Bale really nailing it too. So if compelled, that's at least who my two primary cast choices would be. But I don't like this game. This game's not fun.
Josephine is pointing out Anne Hathaway is going to be in James Gray's upcoming movie Armageddon Time, semi-autobiographical. Yeah, quite excited about that. We have both Spielberg and James Gray doing autobiographical films this year, in the same vein as Belfast and Roma. So that's I'm quite excited for that one. I think it's going to do very well because I like Ad Astra quite a bit.
Me too. I really did.
So I hope that this is his breakthrough into the Oscars. I think it has a strong chance for Best Picture, having, not seen any Oscars contenders this year. But carry on.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know why I can't remember it. What's the name of the Anne Hathaway, Jason Sudeikis monster movie?
Oh.
It's like one word, I think.
Yeah.
I could Google it, but I don't want to.
Is it? It starts with a C. Is it Coloss? It's not Colossal.
Colossal. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah. Good movie, by the way, if anyone hasn't seen it. Very original.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen it, but that was somewhere in the recesses.
Yes, sweetheart. Can I help you with something?
Oh, Nick also just brought up Colossal. That's funny. All right. Yeah. The recasting game is fun though. You can do a lot of fun stuff with recasting.
Ooh, you know what'd be funny though is I have an idea. So we're gonna roll soonish into our non-spoiler talk about Morbius. Why don't we recast Morbius? Like we should recast not good movies also and see if we could improve them.
Yes.
Oh, you got a question here, by the way.
Oh, do I think Lightyear could win? It's a strong contender. Animated feature, like this year is stacked for animated movies. Because we also have Spider-Man. Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, which I'm very excited for. Guillermo del Toro has his Pinocchio movie, which I'm very excited for. Disney has a movie called Strange World, which is getting the Encanto release date, so that could be a thing. Wendell and Wild is a film coming out through Netflix, and that is from Henry Selick. Who is directing for the first time in a little bit. The team behind Wolfwalkers is making a film called My Father's Dragon.
Ooh, that movie was gorgeous.
What else is coming? Hayao Miyazaki is finishing a movie right now. How Do You Live? He's coming out of retirement. So maybe that could be a thing. There's The Bad Guys, Apollo 10.5 from Richard Linklater just came out. Puss in Boots. Like, it's a big year for animated. I think that the top 3 is Pinocchio, Spider-Man, and Lightyear. I think as of now, any of those could win. But having not seen any of them, it's really hard to say. Oh, also Turning Red, which already came out. I think
Yeah, sadly though, I don't think Turning Red is gonna be acknowledged in a lot of places just
it's
because of
in
how
my
much they buried it.
it's in my top 5 for animated feature. I know. Hey, Ryan the Last Dragon got in, and that came out in March.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I mean, Turning Red though is way better than Raya and the Last Dragon.
Ryan the Last Dragon is here. Let's see if I get a shout out for this. Ryan the Last Dragon is bad. Um, uh, but yeah, like I don't know. Disney got 3 movies in this past year, so I don't see why they can't do it again. How about Trevor's movie? I watched that movie. I mean, I would be better than Jared Leto. Not to sound arrogant, but like it wouldn't be that hard.
Oh
Um,
dear. I mean, your hair's already better, so
I mean, yeah, I might not be as popular with the Morbius Discord community, but yeah. Have you seen that?
seen what?
There's a Morbius Discord community, and there
Oh
was a
no.
screening for them, and Jared Leto attended it, and then the official Morbius account said Jared Leto surprised our Morbius Discord community. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Ryan has a good point. I think that he could work. He could, but yeah, like that story was all over the place. Should we just roll right into our
Yeah,
non-spoiler
let's
thoughts
talk
since we're
about
sort
it.
of
Yeah,
starting?
yeah. I mean, I'll try to do some research and figure out who I think could potentially replace Jared Leto as Morbius. But yeah. No, give me no. I have my mind made up. Nicolas Cage. Done.
That could be amazing or terrible, and I'd be there for it either way.
Yeah, it would at least be entertaining. So that's my
Yeah,
official.
I do think that its biggest deficiencies, though, are in it thinks it's telling a story, but and again, we're not going to get into like heavy spoilers. So if you would like to
Yeah,
stick around, you're not gonna. I don't want to diminish anyone else's viewing experience, but we will talk spoilers at the
not
end of the
gonna
show if we
discard
meet
movies.
our goal for that. Um,
Yes.
but just the structure of how they made this story, there are characters that are so unnecessary that you could excise them from the movie completely, and it wouldn't even require any other changes. Like it's not like you can say, okay, well this guy was important except for this one little thing he had to do, someone else can do for him, and then he's gone. Like there are characters that are so unnecessary that if you just deleted every single scene, conversation, thing that they've done and remove it, then it's exactly the same movie. And then there are a couple of characters that are so cliched that it's frustrating to watch them because they're played by good actors. And you're like, I am very confused at what's happening. And I was, Dan actually said it perfectly because he used the Whiplash analogy in his review of Morbius, which was amazing because we just watched it. Somehow the movie is both rushing and dragging at the same time.
Yeah, it's just it's so all over the place. I don't think it told a coherent there that was not a coherent story. Um, I yeah, like it felt like everything was happening so fast. Um, but like I also like very nearly fell asleep 3 different times. To the point where my
Yeah.
eyes were closed and I was yawning, and then I was like, "Oh no, I'm watching a movie." Um, but like, oh yeah, it's just it's really bad. Like I honestly think you could cut this film down to 3 characters and still tell the same exact story.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like but like I just I I don't know how to comprehend whatever I experienced on Thursday night. Also, nobody showed up. It was opening night. Nobody was there. Like,
So I drove 10 hours round trip in one day to um, see Morbius. So there's that.
um, that I feel sorry for you. Um,
I mean, hey, at least Dan got to do his review early, so he was able to
yeah,
have his review out just after embargo.
yeah, yeah. Um, it's I don't know. I can't. I, I have so many things to say about this movie, and I can't even get it all out because it's like there's so much. Also, okay, here's one thing. The visual effects look disgustingly awful.
Yeah, I did not like the, like, you can see it in the trailers. There's kind of like a dusty, smoky kind of an aesthetic with
the
how he
bats
moves around, and I did not like it.
the bats looked so bad. They looked so bad. Um, at least to me, it was oof. Um, and like I don't know. There was so much to see action, which is one of my biggest pet peeves in any kind of action film. Like especially the third act climactic battle. Um, yes, there's one of those. Sorry, it spoils something. I couldn't see a thing. It was everything was dark. The camera was like doing cartwheels. I don't. I couldn't see anything, and then like they do this weird thing, like yeah, with like the way that Jared Leto moves as Morbius was just odd. They kept on doing these like freeze frame slow motion shots, that just were I don't I don't know it like Jared Leto's line delivery is like hilariously bad at points. I the rest of the cast, like they have like some of them are less than one dimensional characters, but like the performances aren't even really that good from anybody else.
There's one character that I thought I just did not like. I didn't get any of the acting choices. I was like, "Are you doing anything?" Like, I don't know if you're doing anything.
I
But
think we're thinking of the same person.
here, hold on. I'm going to tell you in the private chat.
Okay. Um, but yeah. Um, yeah. Uh, but like that's also some of the characters just felt like irrelevant. I don't know. It was just it's a very bad movie. um and
The thing
like
that
not a
sucks though is
fun
I
bad.
love bad movies, but it wasn't like watchably bad
Yeah.
because I
Yeah,
cherish watchably bad movies so much. This wasn't that.
like yeah, like I don't know. Like for instance, sticking with the superhero genre, Batman the movie 1966, objectively bad. It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. You know what? I have Batman 66 rated higher than Fight Club and I feel good about it. Um cuz
I
like
mean,
it's
I'm that way with
so
Gods of
fun.
Egypt. I love that movie
Yeah.
unabashedly. I'm not saying it's good, but I love it. I watched that movie probably, it was on loop during my convalescence last fall, and I think that I watched it 50, 60, 80 times. Who knows? I was asleep for most of it, and then I don't remember a lot of what I did do when I was awake for months, but like I love a good bad movie, but this one was, it was so bland. I just didn't get it. And I felt bad for them because it has the possibility of being a super cool adaptation. And
I mean, I didn't feel
as
bad for
someone
Jared
else,
Leto. No.
well, yeah, I don't ever have to feel bad for him
Yeah. Um yeah, as Kristen says, the worst thing a movie can be is boring. Yeah.
because see, something like this could be super, super, super cool. Like there were some really fun implications and things that could have
Yeah.
happened if this had been a hit. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah. It honestly is. Cuz like this could have at least been fun. And yeah, there's just so many things that went wrong. It's just I don't know.
Without
I
getting
just
into spoilers, I like kind of don't know what else to say. I
yeah.
mean, it just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Um, oh wow, another person with a um, empty theater for Morbius.
I've been seeing a lot of people on like Twitter like just having pictures of like just empty theaters. I don't know. Like but like it's still making money. So
Yeah,
um Blake says Sony needs to give their superhero rights to Disney. It will never happen because guess how much money they just made with No Way Home. But also
yeah.
agreed.
Yeah, it's
Like,
interesting. It's also very odd because there were a couple of really important things, and they do this all the time, so it's not like a personal like dig onto this movie specifically, but I do have a general dislike for when movie trailers have a certain line in them that is somewhat important to what you think the plot of the movie is going to be, and then that plot element was cut out for the final release of the film, or it was just a pickup that was done for like audio just to mislead people in the trailer,
yeah.
you know. But I hate when there's stuff in the trailers that feels like it should be very important that is not actually in the movie.
If we're thinking of the same thing, I read an interview where the director said that he didn't even know that that was in the trailer.
See, and that stinks because the directors have nothing to do with those trailers at all.
Yeah.
I mean, 99% of the time. So
Yeah.
I feel for him
Um,
on that one because that's not it shapes what people's
expect.
preconceptions are going to be, which it sucks because I mean, we all I think try to go in just open-minded and say, well, let's just see what happens. But even on this most subtle undercurrent, everyone comes in with some sort of small idea in their head about what it might
Yeah.
be, could be, what they want it to be, what it might not be able to be based on who made it or who's in it. And I hate the idea that the directors may have a vision, and maybe a great vision, and they might cut a terrible trailer for the movie and people don't go see it. And then it becomes a cult classic because everyone realized it was great, even though no one saw it, or vice
Yeah.
versa, where like one of the things that,
Suicide Squad.
um, well, one of the things that Warner Brothers is actually characteristically good at doing is cutting great trailers for bad movies. And so, you know, sorry, just the laundry room again. Everything's fine. So that irritates me though that like their creative project, its quality on its own merits can be tweaked, adjusted, or distorted before the movie even comes out because they don't have a lot of say in the trailers.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree 100%. Speaking of trailers, we can talk about this first. So it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? That's going to be playing Craven.
I believe so, yes, which I'm very much behind this.
Yeah, I'm down for it. Sure. I have hope for I yeah. Short answer, yes. But speaking of trailers, so Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is rated PG-13, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Because the trailer that showed for it before Morbius said that it was rated R, and I got confused.
Oh,
I don't know if that was a mistake.
I don't know. Curious.
But I thought that was odd. I don't know if it's an AMC thing. If you saw Morbius in the chat in the AMC theater and you saw the Doctor Strange trailer, or like if you saw that it was rated R, let me know. Like I don't know. I found that odd. Didn't know if that happened for anybody else.
I mean, it didn't happen for me, but that's because we saw it at a critic screening, so they don't do trailers.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if it were good, I would go back and see it again just to find out. But I don't want to.
yeah, yeah.
And yes, by the way, he was kick-ass. He was also Archie Reed in The King's Man. Um, what else is there? Oh, he was in Godzilla.
Godzilla, Nocturnal Animals. He's great.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that movie. Tom freaking Ford. Um,
I mean, obviously, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
yes.
What else has Aaron Taylor Johnson done? I always forget that he was in Kingsman.
Oh, well, just King's Man though, not like Kingsman. Kingsman.
Oh yeah. I just mean the franchise as a whole.
Oh yeah. I mean, they actually don't really do a lot with him. I think that they were mostly just doing setup for him to be, I assume, the star of like the prequel series of Kingsman because he's the young, fit, handsome-ish post-war hero guy. Because don't get me wrong, Ralph Fiennes was so interesting watching him kick all the ass and take all the names, and I just don't know if it'll work for 2 movies in a row. So I assume that's what the setup was supposed to be, and I wouldn't mind if we got it because I personally liked The King's Man. So, and I just like all those movies. I do a lot. The Matthew Vaughn aesthetic works for me, which is also probably why I like Kick-Ass.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody says IMDb says PG-13. Jacob says rated M in Australia, which is PG-13 for you. Yes. Okay. That probably just a mistake from the theater then. Ryan says he was in Tenet. Yes, he's also in Anna Karenina.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What a movie.
Okay.
One of my favorite
what
visuals in a
a
movie,
book.
but not a great movie overall.
I love that book. That book is messed up. Like it basically was the prototype for every single soap opera ever made, except like people died and didn't go back to life.
Wait, wasn't he in The Illusionist as like a child?
He might have been. Actually, I only saw The Illusionist once when it came out because I was like, whoa, The Prestige is way better.
I was one when it came out.
So thanks for reminding everybody. Hold on, let me check really quick. Let's go to his IMDb.
Yeah. Also, Morbius should have been rated R because then they at least could have pulled off some of the horror elements.
True. Well, yeah, the best part was like there is a scene that takes place in a medical environment that has a lot of like straight up horror with a capital H aspects to it, and that was the best part of the movie, which is hilarious also because it's more of a fear of what you can't see kind of a situation, and so they're not even showing you anything. It's all about atmosphere, staging, lighting, and framing and all of that stuff, and it's like the best part of the movie, and it's hilarious because you can't see anything.
Yeah, ironic. Jacob says no Shanghai Nights. He's Charlie Chaplin in Shanghai Nights. I'm pretty positive.
Yep, I just saw that. Yeah, he is. He's young Eisenheim in The Illusionist.
Okay.
Wow, good job. Wow. What else is he in? That's interesting. I guess that's it pretty much.
Albert Nobbs, he's in.
I don't know what that is.
So that's a movie. Okay. So the only reason I know what this is because I watched every single Oscar nominee this year. And one of those I watched just for a song, which was 4 Good Days. And that is not a good movie. It stars Glenn Close and Mila Kunis. I don't even think the song is that good, but yeah, it's Glenn Close and Mila Kunis, and it's about it's a true story about like drug addiction and stuff. I don't know. It's yeah. But the director, Rodrigo Garcia, he is always able to get like some pretty great actors for the stuff that he directs, and always makes like bad movies out of it. Like he made a movie called Last Days in the Desert starring Ewan McGregor as Jesus, and it was bad. So Albert Nobbs is stars Glenn Close. It's based off of a classic novel, and it's not great.
That's right.
He made a film called Mother and Child, which was like Naomi Watts, Annette Bening, Samuel L. Jackson, Kerry Washington. Like he consistently gets phenomenal actors and makes like okay to like bad movies. So I've spent way too much time focusing on his career since I watched 4 Good Days because I found it very interesting.
I like equating things to food because I think a lot of people find that relatable, and to me, that's when you give a mediocre chef artisanal ingredients, because no matter how good are the things that you provide for them, like you can give them black truffles, you can give them Wagyu beef, you can give them like the best possible ingredients of every single thing they want, and it still doesn't turn out the way it should because there's just a skill or a talent or an execution, something that goes wrong, that the single point failure is the shaping of it.
Them, like for like no matter like how negatively his movies are received, like he keeps on getting really good actors. Like he must be like great to work with because like he consistently gets like top talent. We had a Streamlab from Movie Finobi, $15. Thank you so much. I'm behind on the stream, but your game and unfiltered Morbius thoughts. But for your game and unfiltered Morbius thoughts. I had a ticket for Thursday, but I had to cancel for work stuff. You're lucky. I wasn't thrilled to see it anyway. Saw Dan's take. Hope you're both well. Go Kitties, go Kitty Awards, Steve. thank you so much. I
Go
really
Kitties!
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
So we will be doing the game, and I think now is a good time to transition into the game. As we
True.
don't have
Although
it.
we do have some announcements to make.
Oh, we do. Okay. Well, do you want me to go ahead and make these announcements?
Yes. You can get
All right.
started.
Would you be able to put the movie along with it, just in case I've forgotten? I know these first two, so I'll just go
Oh,
ahead.
then yes, I can.
I know these first two, but for future ones. So, the Kitty Award plaques. We are here to announce the winners, of who is going to be receiving those from us in the mail. Those being, for best visual effects, which was won by Dune on the Kitty Awards. That plaque is going to be going to Blake Q. So congratulations, you will be receiving a Kitty Award. Contact the basement email, which Mara said earlier. What is the basement email? Again,
It is the basement live show at gmail.com. And I'll make sure that we get that in the chat as well.
All right, so congratulations, Blake Q. Best movie animal, which was won by the rats in the Suicide Squad, is going to Movie Finobi, who just donated. So congratulations. Next, for best original screenplay, which was won by Come On, Come On, is going to be going to Garth McMurray, which is fun. And we can also, in case these people are not in the chat, then we can get in touch through Twitter, etc. All right, let's see. All right.
One
more. Great radio.
I know, right? So there were a couple of people that did contribute, and they didn't specify an award. So since there are a large number of ones that would be up for grabs, we just need to hear from them exactly what they were bidding on. So we have a couple others.
Should I read out those names or no?
Yes.
Okay. So Soren, Darkmere, and Hudsonizer, they will be able to get one, to get a kitty.
Yes. So winners for the kitties, please contact us, so that way we can make sure that we effectively address, package, and send you your kitty. And we would like to thank everyone for participating, both in having a really great, large group of people watching the awards. I know that Bibiani had a lot of fun as well. And hopefully we've already started talking about next year, because we're expanding. We're going to refine everything. It's going to be pretty epic. But all of the support, just like hanging out in the chat, talking about what you wanted to see win, being happy what won in our awards, which are the most important awards, and also what won on those ones with the big tall golden statues that happened a little while ago. Ours being much more important. Half the fun is just knowing that you guys got some kind of enjoyment out of it too. So thank you so much for all of the support. And we'd love to hear also suggestions. So if you have suggestions to tweet at us for next year's kitties, this is like the Macy's parade. We start planning right after it ends for the next one.
We do. I have a spreadsheet open already. I already have, listings of my potential nominees. We were talking about categories, potential member expansion. It's going to be a lot of fun. So the kitties are definitely going to be turning into a yearly thing, and I'm very excited about it.
The cat is taking over my lap, so sorry, computer has to go over here now.
All right. Best stunt category, please. It's on the list of considerations.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, they
Well,
are definitely underappreciated contributors to
yes.
almost every single movie that's ever been made are stunt performers. So I really would love to make sure that we do something that recognizes them, because half of the stuff that is like super cool in your superhero movies or your action movies, even in rom-coms, like physical
In, like,
comedy that can't safely be done by actors, is done by stunt persons. Like
yeah,
they're in all the movies, and most people
and
don't even know what their names are.
yeah, like just choreographers in general, like not only for stunts but also for like dance. I mean,
Yes.
look at just watch America from West Side Story and tell me that that is not one of the most impressive things you've ever seen.
And also, don't forget that fun little trivia fact that Gates McFadden, aka Dr. Crusher on Star Trek: The Next Generation, choreographed Labyrinth.
Wait, really?
I mean, unless I've had a stroke.
Are you smelling burning toast?
I'm not
Um,
currently, although we only have English muffins right now.
okay, probably just overcooking your toast then.
I love slightly burnt toast.
I don't. If it is just the slightest bit of like crispy, then I can't do it. Yeah, no, this is a real thing, and that's really crazy.
Blew your mind a little bit, right?
Uh-huh.
It's always fun when I get to do that to you. Usually it's the other way around.
Well, that's cool. Uh, that's
I guess I can
that's
take the
cool.
banner off now.
Um, all right. Well, Mara, would you like to play a game? And you
I sure would, if I can get my
scroll.
mouse to scroll up just a little bit
Yeah,
more.
would
There
you
we
like
go.
to play a game?
Yes, I would like to play a game.
All right. You can, if you have the link, do you want to screen share it?
Sure, sure.
All right.
Let me get
And we can just go on the well, do we want to do box office numbers or Rotten Tomatoes score?
I don't know. Let's see what the chat says. What do people want to see?
Yes. And so Mara and I we can do a round, and then we can do a round with you guys. So
Oh wow, this is really fun. Yeah.
honestly, we can do both. Why not? We can start with one, and then
Oh yeah, sure, sure. We can start with one. Which one do you want to start with?
let's start with box office, worldwide gross.
Worldwide gross. Okay.
All right. So, and you guys you'll be able to see what the game is like once we get it pulled up.
Okay. All right. I just
Oh,
wanted to make
we
sure
have
I had the
a
right.
wild perfect. We're playing the box office game. We have a wild Dan Merle in the chat.
Oh my goodness, what on earth is this?
Never met him. Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, hey Dan, if you're listening, stuff's getting real in this house, okay? We may need to sage the place.
Call the Ghostbusters.
Well, no, because my favorite Ghostbuster is no longer with us.
But you can still call the other ones. I mean,
I could, I guess. Okay,
all right.
So I guess we're trying to see which one had a higher gross, I Still Believe or Spectre. I couldn't possibly guess this one.
Spectre?
I mean, it has to be, right? Of course.
Yeah. So wait, what's Simon saying? Actually, the thought based on the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon IMDb game, could you predict awards winners by analyzing IMDb credits and therefore social relationships?
I think if you built a big enough algorithm, you could certainly get some interesting data out of it. But I think that that's a lot to compute for just a person.
I use IMDb credits. Like I have a list of every cinematographer, production designer, editor, costume designer, sound designer, visual effects designer, everything that who's ever been nominated for an Oscar. And then I routinely check their IMDb page to see what upcoming movies they have. So like I kind of do that because I'm a psychopath. But And that would be a lot to like. Yeah, I mean, if you build an algorithm, though, that people more talented than myself could definitely do that. Spectre and 12 Years a Slave. This is Spectre, right? I mean,
Yeah, it
this
has to be
is 12 Years
less.
a Slave. Yeah, all right. Cars.
I feel
I'm
like that has to
assuming.
be more because it's a kids animated movie.
Right, and it's Pixar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. Oh yeah, okay. Cars 2. Ooh,
Ooh, the
this is.
first one.
I think,
Ooh,
I think it probably is more.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna click more. I think we're right.
More. Okay.
Yeah.
Kirsten S. Did I like Apollo 10 and a half? I'm watching it after the show.
Nice.
Quantum of Solace. Oh, I feel like this is a less.
I feel
Like,
like it
wait,
might
what?
be more because this was the first of the kind of meh Craig movies, and so I think a lot of people would have seen it, even though it wasn't very good.
Well, okay, but what was our Spectre number that was just up? That was
Oh,
like
that's true.
800
Yeah, I
million,
think you're right.
and that's newer. So even like with inflation, I feel like this is less.
Okay. Good job.
Okay, this is less, right?
I don't know. I think
This has to be less, right?
should we just say less because we want it to be?
Yeah. Okay, thank
Ooh.
God. Okay,
Oh well,
Harry
this
Potter
is
is obviously
this is
more.
more.
Okay, we're actually doing better than I thought that we would. Rocky is
Oh,
less
well.
because of time.
Oh, okay. So I guess that was going to be my question. So it's not like it's total from like now until the end of time.
Well, wait, no, I mean it would be counting re-releases, but
Right,
like,
that's what I mean. Okay.
but it's not just adjusted for inflation. So
Okay.
I don't think that Rocky, even with re-releases, has made like close to $1 billion.
I don't think so either.
Should I say less? Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Wally is
well, this is
more.
more. How could it not be?
Yeah. Okay. The Hunt
Well, this is
less.
less.
I didn't see it.
I
Oh,
did. It's a little heavy-handed for me.
okay, more for Toy
Yeah.
Story. What a double feature that would be. 1970. Ooh,
Oh, be still my heart. I love this movie so much.
this is really tough.
It is.
Ooh. I honestly don't know with this one.
I
I
feel like I
I'm
know that
leaning
this
towards
is
less.
like, see, I'm leaning towards more.
Really? I mean, it was really big when it came out because it was like end of December, it was end of December limited, early January wide. And it was like massive because it was the late breaking Oscars contender. I mean, everybody saw this. But I don't. Oh, man.
We can go with less. I'd rather be wrong than be right.
I, f- I feel like it's less. I'm really not sure, though.
Ooh, very close.
Oh,
Good job.
okay. The artist, this has to be less then, right?
I think so.
People don't see movies like The Artist. Their evidence, I think, is more.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the IMAX release.
Yeah, and DiCaprio.
Ugh,
Called about less.
less.
We're kind of crushing at this. Winnie the Pooh. Oh,
Ooh.
I think this is more. Like I know this was like one of the Disney animated movies that didn't do that well, but like it's Winnie the. I feel like this is more.
I think so too.
No,
Ah! 15 though. Like that's not bad. I'm super proud of that.
that's quite good. That is quite good. All right. Do we want to try Rotten Tomatoes now before we play our audience?
Sure, sure.
So go over to the movies tab. You can go tomato meter. All right.
All right.
Well, this should be easy.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it has to be more, right?
Yeah, I don't know what either of these movies are.
Wow, that's a 93%.
What is
I don't know what it
movie?
is.
Oh, I don't know what any of these movies are.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay,
say
so this
less
has
because
to be less.
I think it has to be. Oh my God. Wow. Well, hey, we did one. I don't like that because it's like movies that we haven't heard of.
I'm gonna try that one again. Let's see if we get movies that we've heard of.
Okay.
Because that. Wait, does it always start with that one? Maybe.
I guess probably because it's 0.
Right. Okay, so Playmobil, the movie. This had the weirdest marketing because it's like Daniel Radcliffe, isn't that? Okay, Just Mercy. Okay, now this is movies that we've heard of. So Just Mercy is more, 100%.
More.
Why do we weirdly just get movies that we hadn't heard of before?
Ooh, I feel like this is more.
No, this is less. 100%.
Oh, is it? Do people hate this movie?
It's like in the 50s or 60s.
Oh, wow. I thought that people really liked it. Wow.
Onward is more.
I don't know what this is, but probably less.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't like this one.
I don't like this one either. Try the other Rotten Tomatoes one. See if that one's maybe better.
That one's the Rotten Tomatoes critics. Oh, sorry. I've got to go with the right tab.
Okay. Otherhood.
I don't know what these are.
All right. Well, let's try to guess our way through. More. Just playing the odds. All right. Cool. Back to box office.
Yeah, at least box office, we stand a chance of making educated
maybe
guesses.
IMDb ratings. Could that be better?
Sure, let's try it.
Let's just try all these. Sing 2 or The Untouchables. Okay.
Lower.
Oh. Wait, let's think about this. Like, what would IMDb like?
I don't know.
Like, I'm leaning towards more, or I guess higher in this case.
Oh, okay. I was thinking lower, but I want to go with what you said. Wow, good job.
I feel like it's a crowd pleaser. All right. I feel like this is less.
Okay. I think I thought people really liked it, but maybe.
I think so too. I don't know. 8.5 is pretty high.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job. Oh, well, this is higher.
Higher, 100%.
Ooh.
I feel like this is lower.
It sucks because at the time it was
looked
at very favorably, and only in the last like 5-ish years have people kind of come back around on it and been like, well, was it that good?
I still feel like it has to be lower though, right?
I mean, you'd think so. Let's see. Ooh, close one.
Lower, 100%, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this has to be higher.
That's in the top 250, so. Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
This is also in the top 250. I like this one better than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, very much.
Whoa, I'm leaning towards lower.
Okay.
But I don't know. How are you feeling?
Ow. Ow. Oh, sorry. Some of that was pretty miraculous. I was leaning higher, but I want to go with what you said. Oh, good job.
Okay.
I don't know what this movie is.
It just
But I'm going to say lower.
Lower, yeah. It's Jesse Plemons. Netflix movie.
Well, that's not nice.
Oh, Incendies. That's Denis Villeneuve's Oscar nominated film. In international, I think it's higher.
Nice.
V for ooh.
I think
I
it's
think it's lower.
probably lower.
Yeah. Oh, Blacklight.
This
Okay,
has to
this
be
is
lower.
Lower. This was yeah. Open. I don't know what this is.
It's a shark movie. I think it's higher because
Really?
I don't know what this Liam Neeson one is, but open water, like it was very talked about.
Okay. Nick says you owe all of us in the comment section $100 for each correct answer we give you. No.
I did not agree to these terms.
Yeah, let's go higher. I'm good with that. Nice. Eternals.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It should be higher. I don't know if it
should be
is.
higher.
What do you want to say?
Honestly, how are you feeling? Because, like, I'm feeling higher.
Me too.
But, okay, let's go for it. Okay.
Yes.
Goodfellas, higher.
Higher.
Obviously. Lost Daughter,
lower.
See if we can do better than the box office one. Because that was a 15. So,
I think this is higher.
Higher.
You think so?
Yeah, I think higher.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
All right. To be or not to be. Okay, this is weird because sometimes there'll be like random like classic movies that people like rate very highly, but I feel like this is lower.
I think so too. Oh, it's tied. Interesting. So what would have happened if we said higher?
Probably this. I think so. A tie is it's good no matter what. You're correct no matter what.
Hey, at least we know that no matter what we had said, we were right.
Yeah, Pedro Panchali. So this is an incredible movie. It's an Indian drama from the 50s, obviously. It should be very high. So
do we want to say higher?
Say higher.
Nice.
Okay. Unforgiven. Ooh. Like again with IMDb taste, I don't know.
I don't know a lot about westerns. Part of me says stay lower.
As do I. Let's say lower.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That was fun though. That was fun.
That was fun.
After someone suggested cost of actors, which we can also try. And then chat, you guys can vote on we can vote on one to play against you guys. Where was cost of actor? I think it was on the lower side. Actor worth.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay. So John Lasseter. Oh, so it's like how much their box office has collectively been.
Yes.
So I feel like Cameron Diaz is higher.
I think so too. Oh, well, nope.
All right.
Well, we're trying.
Should the last one we try be cost of movies?
Let's do that.
And then you can pick one.
Oh, cost of movies without inflation, right?
Without, yeah. Let's make it easier.
Yes.
Bambi cost 800,000. This is Knives Out was more.
Yeah, someone's salary for that movie was $800,000.
Yeah. Maleficent more, right?
All the special effects, definitely.
Yeah. Goodfellas
less.
Probably. Gotta pay for all that food though. Okay.
Ooh, okay. This is tough because these movies are so cheap, especially this one. I think it was maybe more than 65K, but like it's
they're cheap, but not that cheap, right?
Some of them are that cheap. Do we want to say more?
I think more.
Dang it!
Wow.
I knew they were cheap.
11K. Wow.
I should have
All
stuck to
right.
my guns.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Well. Yeah, so our options of what we can play is we have IMDb rating, cost of movies, and I would say worldwide gross would probably be the top ones. While well, we'll give time for it. I think the chat is on a slight delay, but between those three, IMDb ratings, cost of movies, or worldwide gross. Let us know which one you guys would like to compete against us in. And in between, because the chat will be on a delay, Mara and we will be doing the recast game intermittently during your turn. Simon says cost of movies.
Yep, we've got one cost of movies.
How many other people agree? I will start putting together a recasting game.
Okay.
Because yeah, I think it's like a 15 to 20 second delay. So while we're waiting for answers, I guess we can start on one.
Sure.
All right, let's recast Inception.
Ooh. Okay.
So, oh, you know what would be really fun, Mara? Is if pairing with this, I did a random decade.
Oh, interesting. By the way, we have another vote for cost of movies.
Another cost of movies. Okay. Because we were bad at that one. Being strategic. Do you think that could be fun to try to recast a movie in a decade in which it wasn't made?
It could be, if especially if I know what people were acting at that time.
I'll make it 70s is the earliest.
Okay, I think I can hang with that.
And
I mean,
then,
like, I know classic actors and stuff. I just mean that, like, my knowledge is not nearly as broad for, like, good supporting character roles in certain periods of time.
yeah. Okay, so what if Inception was made in the 90s?
Okay.
So, who is our lead?
Who's our Leo?
Yeah, who's our Leo lead? So he's in his 40s now. So, ooh, okay. How do we feel about Sean Connery leading 90s Inception?
Interesting. Wouldn't he still be too old?
Yeah, no, that's true.
He
That
could
would
be the Michael Caine character.
I like that. I like Sean Connery as
mean,
Michael Caine.
Why
Yeah.
not just match him back up with Harrison Ford after doing Last Crusade together? Why don't we have Harrison Ford be Leonardo DiCaprio?
Done and done. So then
Let's see,
what
who's
else?
going to be JGL?
Yeah, who's our Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Let's see. Same as Kevin Costner. All right. After we get done casting this, then we can get started. I think we'll do cost of movies.
Sounds good.
Let's see. So we have Harrison
What
Ford.
about Matthew McConaughey?
I see it.
I mean, it would be a very, very different role, but I also think you're going to get a different Harrison Ford performance that's going to be a little more humorous than Leo's anyway. So maybe you end up kind of bouncing that around with Matthew McConaughey being kind of whoever he was back then.
How do we feel about Willem Dafoe in the Tom Hardy role?
Oh my God, yes.
90s Willem Dafoe is in Tom Hardy. We like that? Okay. So, what a cast we've already assembled here. Wow. All right, and then in the Elliot Page role, what are we thinking?
Oh, and don't forget, we should also cast Maul as well.
Maul, yeah. I feel like those are our last two big ones.
Yeah.
So, Maul and Arya. How do you pronounce it? Ariadne?
Ariadne.
Ariadne. Okay. I know how pronounced it was.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's a great
Winona Ryder.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
that's a
that?
great suggestion.
As Ariadne or Ariadne. Yeah.
Yes. Let's
Um.
see. So who would be Harrison Ford's wife? Ooh, you know what?
Uh,
Oh, another connect the dots thing. It should be Michelle Pfeiffer because they were in that one scary movie together.
I
Hold
wait.
on.
What are you?
I know what it's called. It just popped right out of my mind. Um,
Okay. What came to mind for me was Helena Bonham Carter.
that could work. Oh my
But I
gosh,
like
it's
Michelle
killing me.
Pfeiffer.
The name of this
Here, let
movie
me
just
look
popped
it
right
up.
out of my mouth. I've seen it. Uh, What Lies Beneath.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it.
Just because, yeah,
But
you
okay,
could
so
see her having like a real hate but love for him in that movie. And so I think you
okay.
could see the same thing, like where this projection of her just like loves and hates him.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's our cast. So Harrison Ford is Cobb. Matthew McConaughey as Arthur. Willem Dafoe as Eames. Winona Ryder as Ariadne. Michelle Pfeiffer as Mal, and Sean Connery as Professor Miles. That is a
Love it.
solid cast. All right, cost of movies. So let's have the chat go first.
Yes.
All right, we have Tangled versus SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So we'll wait for the answers to roll in. More or less. Mara, would you like to get started on the next recast?
Yes, I would.
All right, our next recast is let's see what we got. We have Pulp Fiction if it was a 2010s movie.
Ooh, okay. So many
All right,
characters in that.
yeah. It looks like we're leaning towards less so far. So
Okay.
I think we can wait a couple more seconds. But I think they're saying less.
Let's see.
All right.
I've only seen it once, so I have to kind of keep everyone straight. I guess we should do Mia Wallace first because
Right.
that's the role we could cast right away.
All right. That's 3 for less. I think that should be a rule. 3.
3.
So, all right. We have less here. Correct. All right. Ooh. That's actually kind of tough. I do not
Interesting.
envy you.
You know who I could actually see maybe being a good Mia Wallace?
Who?
Kristen Stewart.
Oh my god. Okay, so the name that came to mind for me was Maya Hawke.
Oh, okay.
But yes, please, Kristen Stewart.
Let's see. So who should we do next? Should we do John Travolta next?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's do John Travolta. Um let's see. Um Ooh, okay. I really don't know for this one.
What it
And
is.
everybody's saying less for this one.
Oh, okay. Then I shall vote for less.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to trick them, but didn't work. Um All right.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. Justin Timberlake. Because I think about him in The Social Network, and I'm like, you know what? I think you could pull off the Vincent Vega thing.
I was gonna say Zac Efron.
Oh, that's basically the actual classically trained version of Justin Timberlake. So that's good. I like that.
I'm good. I'm good with either.
By the
Um,
way, I think I'm
Ryan
seeing
Reynolds.
more, and I think we
Yeah.
can confidently say that they're right.
Ooh, that's a great one from Simon Bradley Cooper as Vincent Vega.
Ooh, I actually thought about Ryan Gosling also, but I was like, I don't know. I think he'd actually be better at
Ryan
the
Reynolds
Bruce
was the first
Willis.
name that popped into my mind.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
But I'm happy with Zac Efron.
I like the idea though of Ryan Gosling playing the Bruce Willis role.
Oh, oh yeah. Kate says over under Frozen 3 before 2029.
Oh my gosh, my nose itches.
Over. Over no matter what. It's money. All right, we already have a less here. All right, a second less. I like Ryan Gosling in the Bruce Willis role though. If we want to go ahead and throw that out for Butch.
I like
Um,
that a lot.
all right, for the Samuel L. Jackson role, okay. What do we think about Daniel Kaluuya?
Oh, that's never a bad answer. I like that a lot.
So far we have Zac Efron as Vincent Vega, Daniel Kaluuya as Jules, Kristen Stewart as Mia, and Ryan Gosling as Butch.
Ooh, okay. Hear me out here. In the Marcellus Wallace role, now granted, he'd have to make sure he bulked up a little bit, but I think he's totally capable. What about Jimmy Smits?
Oh. Oh, okay. I
Because
like it.
like
I
I
like
feel
it.
like he's got that kind of like weirdly somewhat seductive personality, but there's a real menace there. Like there's some real, oh my gosh, you've definitely killed people vibe. And I feel like he could definitely convey that. But he's also like he's very alluring. So he's just gotta
Yeah.
like bulk up just a teeny tiny bit. He could totally do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I really like that.
By the
Um,
way, I've seen less a couple times. I think I'm gonna go for
left
less.
here. Ooh, Nick said Terrence Howard could also be good.
Definitely
Simon said
that's a
Idris
definite
Elba.
possibility.
We have a Don Cheadle. Yeah. Um. All right. What about the Tim Roth role? Pumpkin.
Hmm.
Ooh. Okay. First two that pop to mind: Christoph Waltz or Gary Oldman.
I mean, if it's one of those two, it's definitely Christoph Waltz.
Okay. I mean, because that also makes sense if Tarantino is still directing it.
True.
So, yeah. What are we missing any major roles? Like,
I mean, there's just such a large extended cast.
yeah. But like as the main cast, I think that's a pretty solid one.
I
Zac
think so
Efron,
too.
Vincent Vega, Daniel Kaluuya as Jules, Kristen Stewart as Mia Wallace, um, Butch. Oh, Simon says Joaquin Phoenix for Tim Roth.
I could see it.
I could see it, 100%. Yeah. And then we said Jimmy Smits for Marcellus Wallace. All right,
By the way, I'm seeing in the chat here a
a
more
more and a
and
less.
a less. Let's get some
Very
tie-breaking decisions here.
I know. What are we saying, chat? More did Toy Story cost more than Ford v Ferrari or less than Ford v Ferrari? They're at 4 so far, so if they do this, they'll beat our record.
It's true. Ooh.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh.
come on.
Ooh.
Ow.
You good?
Yeah, my back's all messed up right now. Ah, sorry. Well, I see another more.
Yeah, we have another more. And we have another more from Nick. All right, that's more.
Oh. Well, hey, we tied with them.
All right, our turn. All right. So says me the hunt is more.
More.
Yeah. It's crazy how much that budget went up. Oh, we already saw this one, so SpongeBob is less.
Oh my god, so much more than that.
Okay, we did get pretty easy ones. More. Oh.
This is tough. I feel like it'd be very close.
If we get this, then we win.
I don't know. What do you want to say?
Gut instinct is more.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is less.
Less. Bye, Christian. Thanks for stopping by. Less.
Sadly, yes, we know that this one is less. That one's more. Less.
That's a tiny budget. More.
Yeah, more.
Less.
I think
100% less.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
All right.
I'm gonna Joe Namath this. Didn't work out great for him, but you know. Or did it? Did they win? I can't remember.
I don't
know. We need this is more, right? No, less. Wait,
is it more or less, Trevor?
I don't know. You pick.
I think more because even though it's production, it's animation, and it's 2011. I think more.
Okay. Less.
This is less.
More.
Less.
300 million. My God.
More.
Is it?
I mean, I think there's a little bit of special effects work in there and like set pieces and stuff because they.
Okay, I'm good with it. More. Okay. More.
More.
More. Less.
Less, right?
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought I was feeling more. But
okay,
wait,
I mean, it has a lot of production value, but I don't know if it has a lot of actual cost.
Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot.
Do you want to say more?
No, we'll go with what you said. Let's go less.
Well, no, because then I'm gonna be wrong. We should go with what you said.
No, I've switched less. We're gonna see what you said.
Okay, good.
Okay. More. It's bringing out the worst.
More.
More. Yes.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know that movie cost $200 million. Wow.
Less.
Yes. Barely.
Yeah.
This is more because this movie was heinously expensive.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, but now I'm doubting myself.
More than 200. Okay, go for it. No, go for it.
No, because now I'm worried I'm wrong.
Go for it. More. Okay.
Ooh, this is tough because this one is the most expensive one of those, I believe. And
more.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no. Well, hey, we got a gold medal. Look at us.
Wow. That was fun.
That was fun.
That game's fun. It'd be fun to play that with guests, with Dan.
Yes.
Speaking of, we should try to get some guests for the next couple of episodes.
I'm in the booking process.
Fun. Yeah. Well, if we get $5 more, then we will give spoiler thoughts on Morbius. So there's that.
Yes.
In the meantime, Mara, would you like to cast another movie?
Yeah, I think we can cast one more, and then if we haven't reached our goal, it might be time to start folding it in.
For sure, for sure.
All right, what
All
movie
right.
and what decade?
The random movie is just random movie from the front page of Letterboxd. All right. Our movie is The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh my goodness, so much Leonardo DiCaprio in these recastings.
Made in the 70s.
Oh dear.
Ooh, okay, we're going to make it the 80s because I know more people.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, who's our 80s Leo in this role? Okay.
It's
Okay.
interesting because at first I thought
Mm.
that Andy Garcia would be a good one if we were doing 70s, but I don't. He's still young enough to do it in the 80s, wouldn't he be?
Yeah. We can call this ambiguously late 70s, early 80s. I feel like that's fair.
By the way, I'm actually loving both the Redford and the Tom Cruise suggestions, because Tom Cruise, the one thing people always forget that he can actually act. He doesn't have to very much anymore, but he can. He's very good. So
I like the Tom Cruise pick.
me too.
I'm good with it.
And I say as long as we're going with Tom Cruise, then we should just have Nicole Kidman play his wife.
Sure, yeah. That works. So who's our Margot Robbie then? Or well, yeah. So
Well, I mean, technically, I think Margot Robbie would be Katie Holmes, but that wouldn't be appropriate yet at that point.
Okay. What about Madonna?
I mean, that's definitely an option.
Oh, how do we? Okay. Mara, thoughts on Linda Carter?
Oh, okay. I mean, that could work. This one's tough.
Yeah. Like other names that cross my mind are like Jane Fonda, Michelle Pfeiffer again.
Daryl
Daryl
Hannah's a good choice.
Daryl Hannah is a good choice. I'll let you take this one. I've provided a couple of options, plus we have the chat.
I mean, I actually really kind of like the oh hey bud. I don't know. They all sound actually like they could be pretty good. It's a fine line though, because of course you want someone that's going to be like really glamorous, which all of these ladies are, but
Yeah.
they've got to be able to, you know, kind of be the grounding force of, hey, I know it looks really fun for him to have all this excess. And I mean, granted, the movie is judgmental of his excess, but like when you're going through the movie, you're like, oh, I'm along for the ride. Everything he's doing is so great. But she's the person that reminds the audience that what he's doing is really messed up, and that he has a family, and that he's not learning any lessons along the way. So you also have to have somebody that can really just keep us tied in on the audience, on the moral compass of the film.
Would that I like that? That's convincing me more of Linda Carter, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So are we putting Linda Carter, and then we have Nicole Kidman, we have Tom Cruise, and then
like
for our Jonah Hill, my first thought was Bill Murray.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, that is great. That's perfect.
Okay. Simon also threw out the Top Gun reunion for our Margot Robbie casting.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
I also wouldn't hate that. And then I guess the last big role would be McConaughey.
Yes. What about Marlon Brando?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ooh, okay. How do you feel about that versus Brando?
I mean, I feel like one of the things about the McConaughey character is that, like, he's funny, but he thinks he's serious, and I feel like Brando might be able to do that a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh, also it's Chevy Chase.
That would be very interesting. That's very, very. I like that choice a lot.
Do we want to go Chevy Chase?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
do.
Our cast of late 70s, early 80s Wolf of Wall Street is Tom Cruise as Jordan Belfort. Then his wife was Teresa. That's the Kristen Milioti
Yes.
role. Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that was Kristen Milioti until right now from Palm Springs.
Yeah. I didn't
I
notice it was her until after I saw Palm Springs, and then I was like, "Oh, that's the girl that was in Wolf of Wall Street."
Yeah, but that's now Nicole Kidman. Our Naomi is Linda Carter. Our Donnie is Bill Murray, and Nick also threw out John Candy, which would also be a phenomenal choice.
That's true.
And then our Mark being Marlon Brando.
We did it.
All right. Nice. That's a fun game.
That is a fun game. I like it. We should you know what? Maybe I'll come up with some like matches like this. Like, maybe I'll just go to the Blu-ray closet, pick a movie, and then just spin a wheel on the randomizer and then put decades in it. And that way we can have some pre-planned.
Also, another like really fun game is, and we probably won't do it now because of time, but is to just take a cast of a movie and then go to random celebrity generator and then get say okay, we're going to recast 5 roles, and then you're just given 5 random celebrities. They don't even have to be actors. And then and then you have to try to reassemble the cast through that.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's quite fun. So yeah, it's yeah. Kristen Milioti was also in How I Met Your Mother. I have never seen that show. So.
She was the mom.
Oh, she was the titular mother?
Yeah, although they did her dirty, so.
Okay. I've heard that my parents said that the ending was really bad, so.
I did not like the end.
Okay. Fair enough. But
well,
I think that's the end of the show.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is, even though we didn't meet our goal for talking about our spoiler Morbius thoughts today, I think we can't keep them away from you. So we might do a real quick 5 minutes or less spoiler bash on Morbius at the top of next week's show. So if you are interested in that, please come see us there. I'm sure we'll be talking at least in some way about Moon Knight. I know that Nick, I think, had brought it up earlier, which Trevor has not yet been able to watch the first episode of Moon Knight. So ideally next week, we might be able to talk about the first 2 episodes. I've actually been really looking forward to this show coming out. So, and I've been thoroughly loving what I've seen. So I'm very excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
And Ambulance and Sonic 2 perhaps as well.
Yeah. Because those things are happening. That's the end of the show, though.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't sure if you had anything else. Yeah, but we would really love to see everybody there. Also, again, it's in the chat, and I'll make sure I tweet it out again that for people that had won by bidding for a kitty, please email thebasementliveshow@gmail.com, and that way we can coordinate all of the logistics of getting you your award. And thank you for supporting the show.
Yes, thank you so much.
So I guess with that, I will scroll down so I can hit the button that I need to hit. Okay, bye.